Next up, we got true crime. Friends Julie and Ryan. What y'all got for us today? More thievery and
More
debauchery.
crimes. Yes.
Yeah, more true crimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the
Debauchery.
first thing I'm going to start off
Okay,
with is
hold on.
Uh
Because
oh.
because we have my fancy.
oh yes, I forgot the pictures.
Yeah, so
Visuals.
we know who we're talking about, and we're gonna start out with my cousin.
Oh, yay. Hey,
Okay,
hey,
it's
yeah.
not really your cousin, right?
I mean, I don't know.
God.
I hope not.
Okay, so we're going to start with this
He's
dirt nugget.
probably a better person. Okay, anyway.
No, right now he's a dirt nugget.
I've been plenty of my cousins though. You don't know that.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're going to start off with Mr. Brandon Miller, former Alabama college basketball star.
As you can see here with the fancy shirt.
Yep, as you can see, they got to the Elite Eight last year, right, Caleb?
Sweet 16 or Elite 8, I can't remember which one.
Okay, either way, they weren't in the national title game, so
They had a deep run.
good for karma right there. So this guy, Mr. Brandon Miller, was drafted in the 2023 NBA draft, second overall. After, mind you, he was involved in a fatal shooting of Jamia Jonee Harris on January 15th, 2023. He was also accompanied by former teammates Darius Miles and Michael Davis on that night. Well, it was actually the early morning hours of the 15th. Harris was visiting, I believe she said, the article said her cousin.
Me.
Out and about. So Miles and Davis both face capital charges following the event. Miller, however, wasn't charged with a crime. He was just looked at as, I guess, a innocent bystander who was with friends. Now, Harris's mother has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against all three men. Lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Alabama, Western Division, and demands a jury trial to award damages to the family. Harris's mother is actually the head of her estate, I guess.
Sure.
Miller signed a rookie deal in July worth $49 million over 4 years. He makes $11 million in the first year of the deal, which starts this week or next week or whatever. An investigator testified in February that Miller had been at the scene of the fatal event, and the firearm found in the back of Miller's vehicle was in fact used during the incident. The firearm was hidden under some clothing, which is suspect as hell.
I mean, you don't all have a laundry basket in your
No, because
me neither.
Miller's attorney Jim Standrich alleges Miller had, quote, no knowledge of any intent to use the weapon. Also says he never touched the firearm, nor was he involved in its exchange, or did he know that illegal activity involving the firearm would occur.
Did they do fingerprints on that the pew pew to see if there's any
The prosecuting attorney Kirby D. Ferris noted in a statement that a person can be liable in a civil action and not necessarily be guilty of a criminal act. So either way, Mr. Miller, you better be going down soon. You're going down with all your buddies.
Not. I mean,
your boy is telling you he's in an argument.
I mean, not in the way that they might, but still.
If your boy is telling you that he's in an argument and he needs his gat, and you proceed to drive it back to the scene of said crime,
I mean, was he?
Matter if
Did they say that they just needed him to come pick him up or something? Like,
Yeah, Caleb, you got more on this topic. You want to?
I remember right now, this is almost a year ago now. There was text messages between the two of them, and Miller was told that his friend was in an argument, and that his friend had requested that he bring it's in his car. He needs to come back so the guy can get it. As I understand it, allegedly.
Allegedly.
well, we
Allegedly.
will have plenty of shitheads in this entire segment of people that should have bigger consequences than they do, and sounds like it might just be another case of that.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna go on to Papu. Yes, Ryan. Sorry, I just
Papu.
Hey, look at him. Hey, that a boy, Rick.
he got them fingers.
Look, he's happy. He's having a good time.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be so happy sitting on his couch for the next 2 years. Mr. Papu Gomez here just received a 2-year doping ban after his second red flag test in the last year, actually.
Nice.
That's why he's giving us his finger.
So he was taking some stuff to calm broncho spasms, which
Bronchial.
bronchial, yeah,
I
bronchial.
thought you were talking about the Broncos there for a second.
No, bronchial spasms, which was found in the sample.
Uh-huh.
Plus, he gets to sit at home after winning the World Cup for 2 years.
That's quite a consequence.
Yeah.
I feel like in the NFL you get 3 games.
7.
Really?
Yeah, like
Unless it's pop.
Don't get us started on Goodell again, please.
I won't. Okay. Bye, Papu. We'll see you in 2 years.
Bye, Papu.
Okay.
Oh, Kevin Porter Jr.
Also, hey, can we pause for a second and just talk about the fact that we got Papu sandwiched in between two like actual not great people?
Well, allegedly,
Buddy is just trying to get an edge in soccer.
KPJ he's not as bad as people thought. Allegedly.
Well,
He's
that's kind
only
of a
got-
stretch, but
He's only got like 9 of the 10 strikes that were tossed against him. But yeah, no, what a guy.
So
he
We got-
hit,
we
but
first-
not with an open, not with a closed fist.
yeah, it wasn't with a close fist. It was definitely open. But
Respectfully.
it's okay. He didn't close his fist ever. So stop lying.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah,
I
because
mean-
that's the biggest problem in the entire thing, that he allegedly closed his fist to hit you.
Yeah, considering the fact that he's like 8'10", and most girls would be like half his size and would be I mean, if he swung an open hand or a closed one, they would go down like like timber. So like yeah, I don't really know if it matters when you're that huge, the specifics of how you did it, but anyway, proceed.
Anyways, we first saw KPJ here. What was it, a couple weeks ago? Maybe a month ago we saw him.
About a month ago now.
About a month ago. He alleged to repeatedly smack around his now ex-girlfriend. I forgot her name now. Keesrit Gondrezic. I probably butchered that name. But either way,
She
she's
doesn't want to be in the limelight anyway, so we can just kind of leave her name.
she's
Butchered.
a former WNBA star and also a model.
Oh, so she's probably huge too. Okay, my bad. She's probably 7'5".
That's a bold stereotype.
That she's tall and in the WNBA. And
Just because you're a basketball player doesn't mean you're tall.
Really?
Bud Webb,
I mean, it was Isaiah Thomas was like 5'7".
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay,
But
but most models are
Regardless, we're
like
not arguing over semantics. If you're in the, you're probably at least 6'4". So
She's probably got bigger hands than I do.
I guarantee she has bigger hands than me. I got little baby mitts.
Little baby mitt.
You got some Kenny Pickett hands.
Yeah.
Getting tiny pick hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an NFL quarterback, obviously.
Can you catch a football, or do you need the kid size?
No, I can catch all day.
All right, so
You can one hand Nerf balls because they're squishy.
So what you're saying here is that KPJ, his ex lady love, I love saying awkward sentences when it comes to. Okay. Anyway,
She denied allegations that he relentlessly smacked her around and then cut off her airways.
right, but so he had 3 charges before, and now he only has 2, as I recall. She's backtracking on the fact that he did not lay hands on her with a closed fist, but as far as I know, and you said that the fracture, the C4 vertebrae fracture, was actually a congenital condition and not in result of him vice gripping her throat. So so now we know that fun fact. But as I believe, you said that he's still being charged with two charges of asphyxiation and something else. So basically, we had a whole hoopla because his ex came out and said he didn't smack her around with a closed fist. He just asphyxiated her and whatever else.
Not erotically, so.
If I got the story right.
Yeah, so let's see here. She also denied claims that he has a history of slapping her around.
So what we're hearing is that this was the first time, and he did all of the things but hit her with a closed fist. So, like, a really interesting way to, I mean, talk about semantics. But what is he?
Right.
What is he?
They call him an NBA star in this article.
Well, that's also.
That is a lie.
That's a complete farce.
Where's Murray? We need Murray Povich over here. That was in fact deemed a lie.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
You are not the star.
No, he's not.
Also not a man.
No, I meant Maury. I thought he was gone. But no, I think that was
like what? What do you mean gone? Like unalived?
Right.
No, I mean like one of them. What's the other show? Jerry Springer passed away of old age.
Yes.
Okay,
Steve
when you said Maury, it brought that up in my head, and I thought that maybe Maury was Jerry because I got him mixed up. Okay, because I haven't watched my trash TV recently.
One of them is now a judge, like a Judge Judy type.
Yeah.
Which one though?
We'll get back to everybody on that.
It's been a while since we'll see.
The DA's office said it was tossing the second degree assault charge.
Okay. We're gonna have to do pop the bottles everywhere this one. Sorry.
The NBA?
The DA.
Oh.
So
of course.
The table assault charge.
Yes. For the closed fist part, right?
Insufficient evidence.
But they're still keeping the other charges?
From what I understand, yes.
Which are? You said them before, I think.
I think I did.
I know it's at least one for the asphyxiation and then another one for
asphyxiation
for something. Yeah, he did a cobra around her neck with his hands.
A cobra?
Yeah, you know snakes, how they like get tighter and tighter and tighter.
That's a boa constrictor.
Whatever. I'm not a herpetologist.
Yeah, well, he's being traded from Houston to OKC.
Yeah.
And OKC is now planning to release him. And they're going to pay the $16.9 million remaining on his contract.
They're going to pay him?
Yeah, they're going to pay out the $16.9 mil.
Stop it.
They're paying him $16.9 mil to be a scum.
All these contracts need to have these stipulations in them that if you do shit like this, sorry, your contract is now null and void. See
I
you later.
hear you, but I am kind of impressed that they are not going to let him play for them, and that they're also gonna cut him because we have Deshaun Watson in the league. So the fact that they're at least going to like make a it's sort of a sign to him and other individuals. So do I think it's crap that they have to pay it? Yeah, but the fact that they're willing to go that far instead of having him play for them, they get a pat on the back this week for being a good person.
That's not me indicting the Rockets. That's just a loophole in these contracts that probably should be addressed at some point, considering that these things do happen quite often.
Yeah, I mean, God, how have we not already closed all the loopholes?
They just keep popping up.
All right, you got anything else for us, Ryan?
I'm white clean.
Okay, so
All to you.
yes, on to the gridiron. So we're gonna start with our boy Antonio here. He was arrested last Sunday. I cannot even remember how many weeks ago it was that we were talking
the most unserious face ever.
This dude just can't like go away. He's got like he's got a fart in his brain or something.
Yeah, it's CT Sundays. Those are his days, not mine. Okay. He had the warrant out for his arrest for not paying up on the child support. So they finally got him last Sunday at like midnight, which is interesting to me. For one of his
children, if you want to pay for it.
Yeah, I guess he has children of multiple, or at least 2 women. So it's one of them. And so he was released the same day, but he also paid up the $15K to that child's mom. And he was most recently seen in my stomping grounds in the great city of New York City, and on a shopping spree, because he can't pay his child support, but he can go on giant shopping sprees. So that's cool. Yep. So on to the next one. We got Jarvis Jones here. We've been talking about him because he had the speeding and reckless driving incident, and 46 miles per hour over the limit. And he is a coach now, as we discussed. And his penalty, because we were talking about what his penalty would be and how they were being kind of private about that. And now we know that he got suspended for 1 game, last Saturday's game. So the great news is that there's suspension for coaches now if they do something, which I did not know. So it seems like Jarvis is back on the roster, and we're just gonna leave that little reckless situation behind us.
All right.
Good old Dennis here. News was released on Monday that he's undergoing a competency evaluation to see if he is sane enough to stand trial in the case with the feds. I believe that was the one where he threw the brick over the property with the threat on it, allegedly. So anyway, because he has a lot of state and federal things going on, so they're going to be determining if he's sane enough to face trial right now, since he has some, at least rumored, we haven't heard any official diagnoses, but some pretty serious ones. And if he's not, then he'll be in a happy house for a long time and probably on pills, and then they'll check back in a couple months. Very, very, very few people never stand trial, even when they are have mental illness, because the bar for competency is super low. So I got a video for this one. We got our Sergio here. We kind of have a bit of a plateau because he's because of, the wheels of justice turn slow, but we do have a little clip from him going off on Mexican law enforcement when he was getting deported back to America. So yeah, okay, all right, you're all ready for this?
Now I'm free. I have my passport. Why are they grabbing me? They're kidnapping me again. I'm from Chicago. My flight was Colombia. Why am I going to Tijuana? This is a kidnapping. They're in uniforms. Thank you for participating. I was going to Columbia. I'm from Chicago.
It just
Sergio, how are you?
Bien.
My name is. It's not a glass. It's a
You
cup.
just said glass.
I don't know. A bottle. Okay? I'm a physician. I'm a physician.
I don't care what you are. He's not in a position to
I know.
be treated
but
by a
he's
physician right
anxiety.
now.
Okay, you know what's anxiety?
Yeah, I don't take that more than
That's
you do.
anxiety. Okay, let me try this. Okay?
Yes, they kidnapped me. You knew I was kidnapped.
No, come on.
anyway, that's the general gist. Good old American justice system saying we don't care if he's off his rocker. Medical physician, don't help him. So it's always great to see. But she advocated for her patient, which is also nice to see. So anyway, he's, as we can see here, he's really going through it. There's a lot of videos of him kind of off his rocker, mostly filmed from his vacation to Mexico. So he was on a plane there, and so he was arrested last Thursday, and he in San Diego, and he's being transported to Illinois as we speak. He's facing first-degree murder charges. I mean, not a lot has changed since last week, other than he is now here and he is on his way to Illinois. So there we go. Then we got our Chandler here. He was arrested again on Tuesday, related to the DV temporary protection order. And we don't have a lot of detail on that right now, but I mean, we can assume, unless he has multiple protection orders, that he was back bothering his baby mama, the same one that he was bothering before and got arrested for. So Chandler violated it twice. I feel awful for the woman because her I mean, granted, having a kid with this guy already sounds like a real treat, and then to have him keep coming back to your house like that would be terrifying, especially if with a child involved. So hopefully she stays safe over there.
I was worried about that last week when we were talking about this. I'm like,
Yeah,
it feels like your standard case where he's just gonna keep coming back, and here we are.
a second time. I mean, how scary. Yeah, this typically doesn't end well. So
No.
hopefully the second time's the charm. And I mean, as far as I know, he's not back out. I don't know.
Hope not. Those OPs don't do nothing, man.
They really don't. They usually inflame the anger and can exaggerate their, yeah. We got Jamal, who's on this list in the same way that Papu was, sandwiched in between people who do tough things.
Yeah, real bad things.
Yeah. So Adams is not having it, and big Adams fan over here. I mean, as if that doesn't go without saying. But anyway, he does not like his unaffiliated the neurologist consultants. He cannot do it with them. Because if we all remember, in week 4, he let the doctor who evaluated him for a concussion have it verbally, and we don't know if it's the same doctor. It probably isn't. But in week 6, he went ham on another one. So if we all recall, in week 6 against Cincy, Jake Bobo got totally creamed by Dax Hill, and his head went boink. So they had to bring him off and see if he was concussed or not. And for some reason, Adams felt the need to jump into that conversation, shouting at the doctor, "He's good, he's good," as they were leading Bobo to the blue tent, which is odd. And then it said there's alleged inappropriate physical contact by the NFL and the consultant, but that was not captured on video, and we don't have like any detail on what that means. So so that's great, because that could mean anything, and it sounds awful. But yeah, so he got a $50K fine. And my parting thought on that is Bobo may be good, but Jamal Adams may not be, because what in the hell?
Can't be intimidating the third party doctors.
Well, I guess you can
Right.
yell at them because he already did, and the NFL didn't actually have. They felt like this was a first-time offense. They didn't hold that against him the prior, and I think it wasn't so much the shouting. I think it was more so the inappropriate physical contact, unspecified. So yeah, I think it's safe to say you can't lay hands on any doctors.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
But I really wish they'd be more specific on what that means. But anyways, so hopefully Adams can hold it together because it sounds like he needs to go into blue tent for a little longer than a game. Okay, so my other cousin Bruce,
Man, family's killing it.
I know this
Literally.
is very realistic to my life. Okay, here, let me. I got a tweet about him. Okay. So you know what though? I'm just gonna go back to this and because that's at the end of it. Okay, so we're clearing some things up on Bruce. So last week I was talking about the whole hotel incident when he like broke the old man's bones and like beat him with his own cane allegedly. But that actually happened back in 2016, and I didn't realize that because my brain is made of goldfish sometimes. And then, interestingly, those charges were dropped, and I'm really fascinated by that. I'm gonna try to delve into that a little bit, like how he beat an old man with his own cane and then broke his bones, and the charges were just dropped. And he even threatened the life allegedly by another witness says of both the men, and they were just like drop. Anyways, and that is on the tail end of his 2015 assault issue with his ex-fiance when he shoved her and destroyed her phone. And which he pled guilty to, and he had a misdemeanor charge and a 16-week anti-DV course. But he was signed by the Jaguars. He was released by the 49ers in 2016, and he was signed by the Jaguars in 2020, despite all of those things. So shout out to the NFL for that. And then,
admire.
yeah. And let me see here. He's been most recently in the news. I tried to figure out how I even got his name because he threatened somebody via social media. And I'm gonna pull up that tweet now. He is a California congressman. And this Eric Stallwell guy, and he threatened him on via Twitter DM earlier this year, and he was asking, who is this guy threatening to execute me, and how does he have so many followers? Because apparently Eric doesn't keep up with the NFL. And so he said this lovely little message here. Via Twitter DM, and scared the crap out of the congressman. So it was reported to the Capitol Police, and we haven't heard anything since. But yeah, so things are going well in Bruce's corner. Let's see here, and we have. We got Mel. Yes, and he is our last but not least individual. We talked about him last week because he allegedly had some phone sex with a woman, and it was not appreciated by her. Like it was not consensual and mutual. Even though he's saying it is, she's saying it's not. So he got fired by MSU, where he was a coach, and result of it, this week it's been bouncing everywhere. It went to federal court on Monday, and then the federal judge moved it back to Michigan State Court on Thursday. So it's been bouncing through the courts. And there's a big text message scandal right now. So, in federal court on Tuesday, there was a temporary restraining order for a message between the alleged victim and her now deceased friend. So, Tucker's lawyers were trying to release like all of the text messages saying that like she was picking and choosing which texts to share in terms of evidence, but they were like releasing it and it wasn't going to be sealed, and there was like critical private information about the alleged victim. And there apparently there's rules about what personal info of a SA survivor can be shared. So and the order was extended in state court on Friday. So Tucker can't release the text and other info about his alleged victim, and there's a hearing scheduled for that on October 26th. Just about these text messages. So I guess maybe there's some juice there, not totally clear, but yeah, he was trying to. I'm not sure what personal information was in the text that he was trying to share, but it's not like acceptable, I guess, in the state of Michigan, what he was going to tell everybody. So, yeah, so Tucker is in the hot seat and is still denying everything, saying she's not trustworthy, saying that it was consensual, saying that she seduced him, all of the things that people who are usually guilty say, allegedly. Anyway, so we're gonna leave it off with Mel Tucker here, and he has his face permanently every day that restraining order is up. So that's our fun for the week. I was actually a little bit light on the gridiron side, and I use the term light loosely. Oh, also, I did a really compelling true crime article on the Forkball this week about Linda Sobek, the former NFL Raiders cheerleader who met her demise, unfortunately, and in 1995, I believe, and her story has sort of resurfaced recently, and so it's just kind of a lowdown on who Linda was and how her life came to an end. So if you like true crime and sports interacting, that is available. Yeah, I think that's what we will. Ryan, do you have any parting words for us?
Scumbags keep scumbagging. Give us something to do.
And like and subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss this hot goss any week. And we'll be back on Sunday with some more or Monday, my bad. With some more tailgate update with our 6-pack.
Peace.